your safe space for chill conversation, random thoughts, and stories that starts off simple, but somehow end up getting really deep. If this is your first time listening, welcome. Seriously, you picked a very interesting episode, and you have been before. Welcome back. You already know how this goes. We stop chill, and then suddenly we're questioning life. Anyway, I'm there, your host for today. I'll be guiding this whole conversation well. At least I'll try to. No promise because things can get pretty chaotic here.
Hi everyone, I'm Talitha, the co-host. And yeah, my role here is basically to keep things a bit more organized and make sure we don't completely lose the flow. I also tend to overthink things a little. So if there's something deeper in the story, I will probably bring it up.
But today, we're not alone. And honestly, that's when things usually get way more interesting. We have two guests joining us today. And they are here to add more perspective, more reaction, and probably more chaos too. This is Brenda and Evelyn.
Hi!
Hi everyone, I'm Brenda. I'm really excited to be here, but also slightly concerned because I already know the story is gonna be a bit intense.
That's a very accurate reaction.
Hello, I'm Eja. And yeah, I'm here to question everything because every time I hear this story, I'm like, wait, why is no one talking about how messed up actually is?
Honestly, Sam, that's exactly why we chose this topic.
Okay.
So today, we're talking about one of the most famous Indonesian legends. This is Sangkuriang. Now, I'm pretty sure most of us first heard this story when we were kids.
Yeah, like in school or from books or maybe even from our parents.
And back then, it just felt like a normal folktale. You know, there's a character, a problem, something magical happens. And then, boom, there is a monster.
Like, oh cool, how the mountain was made.
Yeah, we didn't really question anything.
But now that we're older, if you actually stop and think about it, this story is kinda dark.
Not even kinda dark, it's dark.
Exactly, like there are so many things in this story that are honestly disturbing. But somehow we just accepted it as a children's story.
That's the craziest part of it.
So, in this episode, we're not just retelling the story. We're going to read to it and we're going to talk about what it actually means.
We'll look at the characters, their decisions, and the consequence.
And probably question a lot of things along the way.
A lot of things.
Yeah, a lot of things. Before we jump into the story though, let's talk a bit about our first impressions. Like, when you first heard Sangkuriang as a kid, what did you think?
Honestly, I didn't think much about it. To me, it was just like, oh okay, there's a guy. He built something, it fell, and now there's a mountain.
Same, I never really questioned the details.
I remember being more focused on the magical part. Like, wow, you can build a lake and boat in one night?
Yeah, same here. But I completely ignored the other things.
Which is understandable, because when you were a kid, you don't really process the deeper meaning.
But now, if you hear the story again, everything hits differently.
Now you start noticing it's like, why did the characters act that way? Why didn't they communicate? Why could have been done differently?
And also, why is this story so tragic?
Yeah, like everything that could go wrong goes wrong.
Yeah, and that's why this story is actually really interesting to talk about. Because it's not just a legend, it's a reflection of humans' emotions
Anger, regret, love, fear.
and consequences. Also, quick disclaimer before we start, we're going to be discussing some heavy themes.
Yeah, like emotional reaction, family conflict, and some decisions that are not actually healthy.
So yeah, if some point you're like, wow, this is intense. That's normal.
Yeah,
Yeah, we felt the same way.
but don't worry guys, we're still keeping the fight chill. We're just diving a little deeper than usual. Guys.
Because sometimes stories like this actually teach us all.
Alright guys, I think that's enough setup.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Get comfortable, relax, and let's go all the way back to the beginning. Alright, let's really start from the beginning. A long time ago in West Java, there was a woman named Dayang Sumbi.
And she wasn't just known for her beauty, she was also independent, strong, and honestly kind of different from most people.
Yeah, living alone in forest already says a lot.
Like, that's normal behavior, but also kind of cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. So. Yeah, exactly. She chose to live away from the society. And that already gives us a hint. She's not an ordinary character.
Right. Usually in stories, women are shown depending on others, but here she is fully independent.
Which makes her interesting, but also mysterious.
Now, Dayang Sumbi had a son. His name was Sangkuriang.
Sangkuriang.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as a kid, he was very energetic.
Super energetic. Like, very, very, very energetic.
So energetic. Yeah, he loved hunting, exploring, running around the forest. Basically, he was always moving.
And he had a companion, right?
Yes, his dog. It is Kumang. Yeah, right, Kumang. But here's where things get strange. Kumang wasn't just a dog. He was actually Sangkuriang's father.
Oh my gosh.
Yes,
Ah,
Sangkuriang's
what?
father.
That will never not gonna be me.
Yeah, no matter how many times I hear it, still shocking.
Oh, you're still shocking,
Yeah.
right?
Like, how can
And what makes it worse is Sangkuriang didn't know.
There was no communication, no explanation, nothing. One day, Sangkuriang went hunting like usual. He told Kumang to chase an animal.
But Kumang refused.
Which probably had a reason, right?
Yeah, in some version, it's because Kumang knew it wasn't right. Or maybe he just didn't want to obey.
But instead of asking why,
Yeah, Sangkuriang got angry, very, very angry.
And this is important because this shows his biggest weakness. He can control his emotion.
Like, zero patience.
And then, without thinking anymore, he killed Kumang.
oh my
God.
What? That part always feels happy.
Because it was not just anger, it was controlled anger.
Exactly, one moment of emotion and everything changed. But it doesn't stop here. He brought the meat home and Dayang Sumbi ate it.
That's honestly the darkest part.
Yeah, imagine finding out later.
That's trauma right there.
When Dayang Sumbi found out the truth, she was devastated, angry, shocked, heartbroken, all at once.
The reaction makes sense, honestly.
Yeah, anyone would react like that.
Yeah, but then she hit Sangkuriang and forced him to leave. Let's pause here for a second because this moment is actually very, very important.
Yeah, this is very everything changed.
Do you think Dayang Sumbi handled it the right way?
Emotionally, yes, but logically, maybe no.
No.
Yeah, like she was right to be angry, but kicking him out, that's probably made things worse.
Yeah, always.
Exactly, because instead of fixing the problem, it creates the bigger one.
And what about Sangkuriang?
He clearly has anger issues, and no one taught him how to control it.
Which brings us back to communication again.
After that, Sangkuriang lived alone for years.
He grew up, he became stronger, more skilled.
But maybe emotionally, he didn't grow as much.
Yeah, like physically strong, but still impulsive.
Yeah.
And that's important for what happens next. Years later, Sangkuriang returned and he met a woman.
A very beautiful woman.
And of course, he fell in love instantly.
Too instantly. Yeah.
But here comes the biggest twist. That woman, we know, was Dayang Sumbi, his own mother.
Oh my god!
That's insane.
Yeah.
Like, out of all people,
But here's the thing, Dayang Sumbi still looks young because of a blessing.
So Sangkuriang didn't recognize her, but she recognized him. To stop the marriage, Dayang Sumbi made a plan. She gave him an impossible condition.
Build a lake and a built boat in one night.
Which that sounds like no way.
Yeah, no way.
No way.
So no way.
but somehow, he almost did it.
And that tells us something. Sangkuriang is powerful, determined, but also stubborn.
Very stubborn.
When he was close to finishing, Dayang Sumbi panicked. So panicked.
Because he was actually going to succeed.
So she tricked him. She made it look like morning had come.
Which is kind of manipulative.
But also understandable, she was desperate.
Sangkuriang saw the morning and thought he fell.
And here we go again. His emotions.
Yeah, he got furious and in his anger, he kicked the boat so hard that it flipped upside down. And that boat became Mount Tangkuban Perahu. That we know the full story, let's talk about it.
What's the main reason here?
For me, control your emotion.
Yeah, same. Like, one moment of anger can ruin everything.
I would say communication. If they talk honestly from the beginning, this wouldn't happen.
Also, honestly, secret cause almost all problems.
And maybe this story is a reminder that our actions, especially emotional ones, can have long-term consequences.
Even if it's just one mistake.
Yeah, like it can change everything.
Alright guys, that's our deep dive into Sangkuriang.
A story that seems simple, but actually has a lot of meaning.
Thanks for having us.
This was really fun.
Yeah, if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to share it. And let us know what story we should talk about next.
See you in the next episode.
Bye!